Story 1.
Am I the asshole for telling my friend she's in the same league as men she calls ugly?
I saw that one and I was just like, I didn't want to read it. I just knew there was to be some mess.
My friend, 19 female, downloaded dating apps like Tinder and Hinge for the first time about a week ago. For reference, she's the type that always says she wants a boyfriend, wants to do a couple things, feels lonely, single, etc. She's also, in my opinion, at least very normal and average looks-wise. Not ugly, not super hot, just alright. Since then, she's been complaining to me that almost all the men there are ugly, short, etc. Maybe them just ugly to she. Maybe they're just ugly to listen. Everybody is good looking to somebody, okay?
I agree.
And I also feel like just because you might be visually challenged when people look at you, right, it doesn't mean that you don't have.
What do you mean somebody's visually challenged if somebody looks at
Girl,
them?
I mean, just because somebody might find it painful to look at you doesn't mean that you can't say that somebody else is also painful to look at. If I am sick, I can also say that person is sick. Can I not?
Stop.
Okay, let's continue. Yeah, etc. And that she doesn't match with anybody hot. I asked to see which people she was calling ugly, and so she showed me her likes, and it mostly showed people perfectly in her league, as in moderately attractive guys. I told her that these guys were all in her league and she should give some of them a chance, since she always complains about wanting to be in a relationship. That is what you call settling. I'd rather be by myself before I pick up an ugly man or a man that I don't find attractive.
Let's go with like, don't be taking up nobody you don't find attractive. But
Exactly.
But something can be said for do not be shallow. You must recognize that. You must recognize. Because look, for me personally, I can be like, you're kind of hard to look at. However, if I develop a friendship and I find that you're a really good person, your features twinge.
Yeah,
They
but then
twinge.
but then that's not settling. That's you being attracted to the person before you get to know them.
Yes, but in this case, I'm saying for this young woman, right? For her to just pass, I think it's a good thing for her friend to be like, bitch,
No,
circle back.
I disagree.
Okay,
I disagree.
because if she's just looking at them, like it's not even a case of like they were weird or she liked it. She just looked at them and saying, these people are all really ugly. And then she's going for people who maybe societally are above her pay grade.
Girl,
And they all are just like, no.
listen to me.
What is that going to do for her?
If I find you unattractive, every single thing that you do or say to me is going to be annoying. Okay, much less you're a man. It does not matter. It's going to be annoying.
Point.
And you're on a dating app. The only thing you can look at is their face.
And there's summary thing.
Okay, girl.
But she's not talking about the summary thing. She's just talking about the face.
I think the initial stages of a relationship has to be dependent on how attracted you are to a person, because that's what's going to.
But we have discussed attractiveness is more than just how you look.
Yeah, but after you get to know a person, they become attractive to you. It's not going to be. You're not going to look at an ugly bum on the side of the road and be like, "Oh my god, let me talk to him."
Yes, but these are not ugly bums on the side of the road.
I get her, because like if I can't get somebody I'm attracted to, even if I feel like I'm a 5, if I don't get a 10, I just want to be by myself. She denied that she's the same league as them and said that she's much more attractive than them. I pointed out that I pointed out that in her own words, she doesn't match with any of the guys she does find attractive, so she's not in their league. She said I was an asshole. Am I?
I don't think she's an asshole.
I don't think she's an asshole either. I just feel like sometimes your friends have to be honest with you, especially if it's your best friend. I feel like sometimes,
because like that was one of my issues. Because one of my issues that I was trying to get to was just like, okay, point. You could be at 2, but you're only attracted to 10s. Okay, right? That is your right. But if no 10s find you attractive, and your friend is just like, bitch, look at a 5. Look at a 5. I'm not saying that you should settle with a 5, right? But I think being consistently unrealistic, and you've been faced with a reality that shows that nothing is happening, and you crave this romantic endeavor, son. Because me and you, if we're just like me and you, if we are 1, if we are 0.5, but we want a 10, and 10 is not aligning with us, we'll still by ourselves. We're fine that. But a lot of people aren't like that. Aren't like that.
Then it's going to have to be, would she rather being attracted to a person, or would she rather the romantic connection? But for me personally, there's not going to be any connection if I don't find you good.
Yes, babes. Is overt looks that first step really that important to you? Or like the person, because then it's not the romantic thing you really want. You want an aesthetic.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's the aesthetic, because romance comes with attraction.
Yes, but no, I'm saying that if she continues down this line, I'm saying, is it romantic attraction, romantic whatever you want, or is it just like this idea of it that you want?
But if you're going on a dating app, it's going to have to be the idea. One of the first things you see is their face. That's a part of the whole thing.
Yes, babes, but something must change if nothing is happening.
I feel like if she was going out and saying, oh my, like getting a group of friends and then fall in love slowly, fine. But on a dating app, it has to be all about the look. This comment says, everyone sucks here. I'm so glad I'm not 19 anymore. And I think that can work twofold, because I feel like after a certain age, when your friends tell you certain things, it's just like, girl, you're being honest. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's going to roll off of your back. You're going to be nice with it, but you're going to also be honest with it if it's an actual real
issues. I'm going off the basis that her friend is an okay person. So I don't think the friend is the asshole. I don't think everybody sucks here.
Yeah.
I think there's some disillusion fine, but I also think that her friend might be a little bit confused. Like, you want this thing, but the thing don't want you.
Yeah.
So what's happening here? How can we make it shake? Yeah, I think her friend is just confused.
I don't know. I think some people just have an inflated sense of self.
Yes, but I think for her friend, it's like 2 + 2 is not equaling 4 here.
Yeah, so
and she's trying to have it equal for her friend. Like, you're awful. She's like,
but in that respect, then I would say there's no assholes here then.
I don't think there's any assholes here. I don't think anybody sucks here. I think this is a very funny conversation being had.
Oh, this person says, not the asshole. Those apps have algorithms that track who likes you and adjust the options you're shown. So essentially, an attractiveness algorithm. If she wants to be superficial in how she rates guys, then she needs to be able to handle the same standard.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. If you are a 2 and you want a 10, 10s are not looking for 2s on the average.
Maybe 0.1% of the 10s are.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That very 0.000 point statistic, right? But to her benefit, you know what she has going on? She's a woman. She can upgrade.
That's true.
Okay, she can upgrade. Men can't really upgrade. No offense to the men listening to this. But as a woman, if you were born a 2, you can rise to a 7.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot you can do.
And she's only 19. Things will still develop. Things will change.
She don't finish urine her face yet. Her face needs to merge together. This comment says, everyone sucks here because believing in leagues is so shallow and dumb. No, I think it's realistic.
I don't think leagues are shallow and dumb.
I think it's realistic.
I think they're realistic because it's cool if that person has a group of people who believe themselves to be like more like, like we love people, not looks or whatever. But like, again, things don't exist in a vacuum. Other people, whether consciously or subconsciously, are dividing things and people in leagues. Okay?
Yeah.
And realistically,
and the leagues are based off of what general public finds attractive overall.
Okay, leagues are a thing. It's a thing. Is it always a good thing? No, but it's a thing.
Good luck to this 19-year-old.
Truly.
She'll have, I can't even say she'll have opportunities to find many a men, because a lot of people, early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, early 30s, there's no men out there. Ugly, pretty, doesn't matter.
We did this all as a theoretical challenge, right? But Men ain't shit. You know what I mean? The 10s, the 2s, the 1s. There's no, you know what I mean? That's just based on the look of it all. Right? That's based on the look of it all. At the core of it, they ain't shit.
Story 2. Am I the asshole for telling a girl she's not coming to the Bachelorette because she can't afford it, after she kept changing her mind and having other people speak for her? I'm the maid of honor planning an 18-girl Bachelorette. In January, I started the group chat and put down $7,000 for the Airbnb of her own money.
I think so.
Girl. Everyone had until March to pay their $300. Everyone had until March to pay their $375 share, so they're gonna be paying her back. This week, I sent the rest of the budget, $250 due by August 1. Then I got a text from a girl we'll call A. Hey, it's A. I didn't realize we were going to have to send more money on top of the $375 we sent. I just moved into my first apartment and I have no money to give at the moment or in the next couple of months. I definitely can't afford it right now. Do you want to just give me the $375 back, or is there something we can do for me to still go? Let me know, thanks. I replied, I'll send your money back. She said, okay, thanks. I refunded her, reran the numbers, and updated the group. The next day, I got a text from girl B saying she and A now want to come just for Saturday. A bit frustrating, but I said okay, adjusted the budget again. Later that night, another bridesmaid told me girl C had contacted her to ask me to give A an extension. I've never met A, B, or C. See, that's part of the problem. Because why would
we're gonna get there, babes. We're gonna get there.
But you try to merge too many groups together. Too many groups, girl. Okay. I've never met A, B, or C, and I was confused, so I texted A. Hey, and first of all, why are you not telling the bride any of this? None of these people are your friends. Anyway. So I texted A. Hey, I'm honestly confused. You mentioned you couldn't pay and wanted your $375 back. Then B said you're both coming just for Saturday. And now D is asking C about an extension for you. I totally understand things can change, but each time they do, I have to redo all the numbers, which is a lot to manage. Can you let me know your final decision so I can plan accordingly? A. I didn't say I wanted my $375 back. I asked if you wanted to give that to me or if there was something we can do for me to still go.
We can pause there. Because, you see, this is how I knew this bitch, forgive the cursing, thought she was slick.
Hold on. But that's if the original poster, the maid of honor, is telling the truth, though. Was it in text?
It was in text. Okay. It was in text. I think at some point in the comments, she had said she was trying to call her for some whatever reason. This is copy and paste, babes. Okay? And I was just like, why would you say this? Continue. Well, how else would it be interpreted? Don't continue.
I didn't say I wanted my $375 back. I asked if you wanted to give that to me or if there was something we can do for me to still go.
So why did you accept the money back?
Because I want to be there for bride. I didn't ask B to ask you for me. She just did it, and so did D. They just wanted me to go. I will do what D and C are saying, thanks. This sounds like the maid of honor is the odd one out. Why is she the only one?
This sounds like the maid of honor is a childhood friend, and A, B, C, D, and D are the college friends.
Exactly. Me. You said, I have no money to give at the moment or in the next couple of months. I definitely cannot afford it right now. Do you want to just give me the $300 back? That sounds like a beat around the bush way of asking for your money back to me.
I agree. Also, why did you take the money back? If you did not agree with this, why did you take the money back?
I mean, it's not like she went to her and took it back. The other person just retransferred her the money.
And she said, okay, thanks. It's as simple as saying, because they're adults here. Ain't no kids getting married here. It's as simple as being like, oh, I didn't think you would send me the money back. I thought more we could like discuss a way around.
I think the whole entire message that the broke one sent was very passive aggressive under the Sykes, especially the okay thanks. I could feel that.
Yeah.
So I feel like both of them needed to be the adult and go to the bride. I understand that the bride, it's her special day or whatever, but it's not like you're giving birth, you're not in pain. This is a problem that is going on between me and one of your friends that's clearly not my friend.
Girl, continue.
I don't care who asked who. All I care about is your final decision. You didn't ask me for an extension. You did come to me with a plan. Hey, money is tight for me. Would I be able to send you half of my remaining balance on August 1st and the other half August 15th? No, I definitely cannot afford it now or in the next couple of months. I'm not a bank. I don't know. I'm not in charge of your finances. A. Or is there something we can do for me to still go? Let me know. Thanks. Did you not read this?
But what are you supposed to think? What are you supposed to think if somebody comes to you and be like, hey, I can't afford this thing. Here are my two options. Send me the money back or we can like do something else.
And then you said, okay, I'll send you the money back. And
then you like, okay, fine.
Did you not read this? Not beating around the bush at all, but God, why are you being so rude? You could have given everyone a heads up that the price could change or have some kind of budget. I understand this is stressful for you, but you don't need to be rude to people, especially people you don't know. I'm good, actually. I just won't go. Hope it's easier for you, LOL. LOL. No, LOL. That's a...
Girl, continue!
When Bride asks why I'm not going anymore, I'll be sure to let her know. Me, you're not going because you can't afford it.
I said, that's a... Give me a little clap. That was mean, but that was accurate. That was mean, but that was accurate because you was giving mean and you were giving no backbone this whole time. Why are you having your A, B, C, D? Why are you having your alphabet friends come to me and talk on your behalf? Because that's giving like high school, is it not? When you're kind of afraid of confrontation and you don't really know the person like face to face, you have somebody else as the go between you. You guys are adults.
I'm going back to my original assessment. This is the bride's fault. I'm sorry. Somebody should have gone to her. But she's the one that knows her friends, you know?
There were two things I saw in the comments. You'll see them because basically people are arguing about why is it so expensive for a bachelor party?
That too. No, I was gonna say that. I was also gonna say it's expensive, but also she said initially only $375, and then she magically put $200 on top of that.
That was kind of sus how she like did that. But also, it says in the comments that the bachelor thing is in October. It's like she started this thing all the way in the beginning of the year. So, you know, like all the way in the beginning of the year. It's not like something in a month or two or whatever, right? So that I thought that was suspect. But I just feel like literally I just scroll and so people are arguing about like, back in my day it was $5 to go to a bachelor. I'm like, that's not the point, bitch. That's not the point.
I think it's because modern day weddings nowadays, instead of it just making the bride and groom go bankrupt, it's trying to make the guests also go bankrupt. So people are just kind of over it. Okay, let's see the comment.
But that wasn't the point of it though.
Okay, this comment says, everyone sucks here. Also, an 18-person bachelorette party sounds like hell on earth to me. And completely just to plan that? No, I would never.
People do it though. People got different groups of friends. They want groups of friends at their weddings, girl.
To get 18 people, adults, together on one week.
People got different group of friends.
Yeah.
They want a group of friends together for the day. You can't argue with the people. Some people are more social than others.
Another commenter here said, communication has been poor all around. And I'm inclined to agree. I agree.
It was.
I think that's a part of why the communication was poor is because they're not friends.
They're not friends.
And so if you're not friends with somebody, every single thing another person said to you, you're going to be like,
Yeah, you're like, you don't know the connotation, right? However, you're negating the fact that these are big, tough women.
Girl, no, woman or no woman. Woman or no.
You need to like, because it don't make sense to me if you personally came to them first and said you have this issue, and then not one, not two, but 3 people are coming on your behalf, working around things on the back burner.
But that's how you know she went back into the group chat that doesn't include the maid of honor and was talking to the rest of the friends.
Girl.
So once again, it's the bride's fault. Let us continue with the comment. Text messages are fine for brief, unproblematic issues or for confirming what you've already spoken about so that you have written evidence in this case of any misunderstanding or dispute later on. This text is just to clarify, we agreed on X, Y, and Z. This sounds like a team meeting at work during our phone conversation earlier, correct? But for any situations that is delicate or awkward, such as asking for a special favor, text messages are not ideal because you can't discern the tone from the text and it can inflame an already tense situation. I would particularly like to know what led A to get this idea into her head.
Okay, but in what font could you say A's first message that it wouldn't be interpreted that way?
But if I was in front of you and in my head I'm thinking I really don't want the money, I really want to go, I could be saying in front of you, or you could just give me the money back, but you seem reluctant in front of the person or hearing the person talk. The person can tell that you don't want the money back, you actually want to go. But then
So I'm supposed to turn behavior therapy.
that's what I'm saying. In that respect, it wouldn't be the other person's fault,
I just think that it's giving. Yes, there was miscommunication. Yes, the bride should have had somebody who she didn't know heading the bridal group, right? And 3, immature. It's giving miscommunication, immature.
Okay, wait, hold on. The maid I want to clarify. I made it very clear since the beginning that the $375 was for the Airbnb only. The trip is in October. I put together a rough itinerary from the beginning. Wine tour, hibachi at the house at one night, being the only 2 additional expenses from a group perspective. I guess I feel like I'm right, but I was mean about it. She and I have very different jobs and educations, which influenced this miscommunication. Switching it up just a bit for the chronically online girlies that are deep in fandom spaces, this topic is for you and for us. What's your very unpopular fandom opinion? If you're in the fandom of a show where all the characters are morally grey at best and evil at worst, maybe don't try to police who people ship, especially when people ship it because it's fucked up. Also, when characters are evil deliberately, maybe don't hand-wring on if they're perfectly politically correct. This is dedicated to people who go into the Death Note fandom and say Law Light is unhealthy because of the age gap and not the homicide. You know which fandom I think would have been perfect for this example? I'm sad to say Sterk. Sterk would it would have been perfect for this example, girl.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to Sterk, I think because we started shipping Sterk so young,
Yes.
we didn't even really consider the age
I
gap.
feel like at one point when it makes to my head that Styles is young, I had to be googling at what age was season 3 in regards to what the person is. I'm getting that the issue here is that they are both sociopaths on opposite ends of the political spectrum. And she's just like, okay, there is an age gap, but one of them is killing niggas and the other one is trying to stop him from killing niggas.
Some people act too entitled over tags, i.e., demanding, thinking they should be so minute in detail for everything when that's not what they're there for. I do not mind long ass tags. I feel like
Same.
I feel like there is a limit. Okay, at one point it will get ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I'm not reading all of that.
Yeah.
But if there's going to be, I don't know, like if there's gonna be pining, put the pining. If you know the pining is going to be extreme, put extreme pining. Okay, I need to know how
if
long I'm
you
going to stay here
I
for.
think that, especially for fics that are continuously being written, if you had 10 tags starting out and by the time 30 chapters are out, you got 50 tags.
Exactly.
Issues.
Especially because the more you tag is the more people can find your stuff.
Yes.
Because I've
Yes.
sometimes, like, when I get desperate and I just like pick a random fic to read, I'm just like, oh my god, this is everything I wanted to read and it was not tagged.
Also, I feel like a lot of authors have this issue, right? But they sometimes do not know the perfect way to summarize their story. For some authors on AO3, they just write the first line of the book or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I feel like sometimes, listen, no offense to the authors, sometimes the summary is not doing it justice. I need your tags to grab me.
Yeah.
Okay? If published books had tags, I'd be up there like somewhere. Okay? Because I would know exactly what I'm going for, okay? Because there's only so much ways you can do a pine.
Exactly.
Okay? So you know exactly what you're coming in for.
Exactly. Like, I want to know.
Don't tell me about the flowers and the beat. I don't care.
I feel like people always try to conflate fictional or fanfic with actual books. I'm not saying fanfic is not worse than actual books, but the way how we consume them is different than how we consume.
It's a whole different nature.
It's different.
I love when a bitch got 50 tags.
Exactly.
I love it. I know exactly what I'm coming in for. In fact, the way how these bitches be tagging, I'm reading this book waiting for the tag to drop in. I'm waiting for the tag to pop up. Okay, like I came in asked, where is the
exactly? I don't mind that quote unquote spoiler. Okay,
like, I don't care. Mind. That ain't gonna stop me.
How else am I going to find your fake? How else am I going to find your fake?
What does it look like me going into a fake and it's hurt, no comfort, and I don't know.
Exactly.
Because even like you're saying, like published books and fakes are a different genre. And I would say, like, for the girls who know about Danmei, which is basically like Chinese like BL books, if you go on like certain sites or whatever, right, girl? Okay. So when you get to the book, you have the summary or whatever. And I feel like Chinese Danmei summaries sometimes either are really, really good or very, very vague. The tags under the book is what helps you be like, I'm going to pick this up. If the book has tragedy, you know you're going in expecting some nigga to die. Okay, you don't go. I don't like picking up a book and niggas be down and I don't know. I know some people like that. Good on you. You like hurt in that way. I want to prepare myself. Okay, and I love a tag. Tag more, please.
Tag more.
I was talking to you the other day, and I found this really obscure super bad thing. Very, very obscure. Not one tag inside besides one specific tag. There was literally only one specific tag. And it was nothing else. It was nothing else. And the only way I found it was because of that one specific tag.
Yep. The Harry Potter fanfic girlies like to do that too. Girl. Like, you're not too good for tags.
But go back to the AU now. You see, personally, I don't read the AU. You see, we diverge here. But it's not because I find it boring, like how this person is saying they're finding it boring. I don't like an AU because the specific reason I like that ship is because I like the canon version that they were creating. I really like the version of the cell that they were creating.
But I feel like if you write an AU good, you can still have the same personality, but in a different setting.
But I really, really like the way how they presented themselves the first way.
I think what happens with me is that if I'm new to a fandom and new to reading fics for that fandom, I don't want to read any AU. I'm coming from that universe and I want to be.
Yeah, but I feel like I stay there. I don't extend beyond there. I don't need you in a coffee shop. I don't need one of y'all to be a billionaire, one of y'all to be homeless. I don't need one of y'all to be a pilot and the other one a nurse. Like, I don't care. I mean, if I'm desperate, if I'm truly desperate, you know, I'll see what the girls are talking about. But really, I really like a canon. I'm more than likely whatever canon version you're coming from are more high stakes than an AU. You know?
If you guys made it this far, drop a book emoji in the comment section if you guys made it this far. Thanks for watching, listening to us ramble for however long this video is gonna be.
Truly. When will you see this?
Well, hopefully soon.
Hopefully, girl.